Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going well. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm super excited. I get to be part of a blog hop that's happening for Spellbinders. Spellbinders is celebrating their May club kits, and today I get to create a project, another project using the card kit of the month. Today we are using cardstock. Usually I don't use the cardstock as much as I would like. I love the colored cardstock because it's coordinated for you. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to use the stamp set, the cardstock, and then the coordinating butterfly dies that are in the kit this month. There's actually 8 sheets of cardstock. One of them is white. We're not going to use that. And then there's also a gold sheet that we're not going to use. So all the colored cardstock. We are going to take those butterflies in the stamp set. There's 3 and then 1 silhouette. We're going to put those in some blocks and we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to treat my paper with my anti-static powder tool. We're going to do some heat embossing with those butterflies. So this is going to help the static and that embossing powder from getting everywhere. I'm going to stamp all 3 butterflies on the pink cardstock here, kind of spacing them out so I can die cut them out all at once. Sometimes I want to get them so close to save the cardstock, but when I go to die cut I have to do them one at a time. So if you space them out a little bit, you can die cut all at once. I'm adding white embossing powder, and then we're going to warm up that heat gun and melt that embossing powder. The neat thing is, when I was melting this embossing powder, I may be too close to my cardstock, but it's turning purple. It went from pink to purple. You can kind of see it here. But it's color changing cardstock. It was so pretty. Maybe you should just pull back a little bit from the heat gun. But anyway, I'm going to wipe off the excess powder here, and then using a similar color Copic marker, it's about 1 shade darker than the cardstock. I'm going to do a little shading. I'm using RV 34 here, and I'm just going over little parts of the butterflies to give it a little gradient, make it pop a little bit more. And I think that looks great. I'm going to go ahead and use the coordinating dies and die cut out my butterflies. Now, if you guys are new and want to know more about the card kit of the month, I did an unboxing earlier this month, along with the 10 card 1 kit video. I'll link both of those at the end of this video if you guys want to check it out. While I die cut these out, let me tell you about the blog hop. Spellbinders is also giving away some prizes, some good prizes. I think they're gift certificates to the Spellbinders shop. So I encourage you guys to check out the blog hop, and there's a chance to win some crafty cash. Okay, I stamped the silhouette of the black butterfly with black ink, and then I'm going to die cut that out. Before we do any more die cutting, I'm going to use that extra space on the white cardstock and die cut out some squares. I was going to matte the black on the white, and I changed my mind and decided to matte the white on the black, only because I didn't have enough room. I should have scooted my butterflies over a little bit. But I die cut out my squares, and I die cut out all my butterflies here. You can see how pretty they look. I'm going to just kind of fluff up the wings by folding in my butterflies. Basically, you're going to almost fold them in half. Okay, next we're going to do the same exact thing to our yellow cardstock. We're going to treat our paper, stamp all 3 of the butterflies with the Versamark ink, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my white embossing powder, and we'll melt that embossing powder so it's nice and shiny. And then we'll use a darker shade of yellow Copic marker to do a little bit of highlighting on those butterfly wings. I'm using Y35 here. Once we added our little highlights, I'll take the coordinating dies and we'll die cut out these butterflies. We'll just line them up. And you know what, guys, I'm going to save some time and do all of these, every single color that we have in the card kit this month, and do the same exact thing to them. And voila, here they go. Easy peasy. Okay, next I'm going to die cut out my sentiment. I'm going to use the word lovely. This was the sentiment in the die set this month. I'll just die cut that out with black cardstock. And now we're going to take our card base, which is a standard A2 size card base. The card kit actually came with 10 card bases and 10 envelopes, but I used them for my 10 cards. So I'm bringing in some cardstock from my stash. I thought we would add our little black square kind of wonky, and then we'll place our white square right side straight up and down here. Once our black cardstock is adhered, we'll set that aside, and we are going to fill this entire square with butterflies. We're going to make kind of create a rainbow order. So starting off with a blue, we're going to add our blue butterflies directly across the top here. And since there's two different shades of blue, there's a light and a dark, I'm going to alternate each one of the colors. And I'll do the same thing with the green and the pink. Now the yellow butterflies only had one color, so we're going to kind of space those across, kind of filling in the area. And then that's another reason why we stamped 3 of the black butterflies. It's kind of a filler for areas that were a little bit open. I'm just arranging them kind of wonky, fluffing up the wings as I go, kind of spreading them out. And I'll do the same thing with the green, kind of alternating the colors from light to dark. And then we'll add the yellow, and then we'll add the pink. And you can see I overlapped a few of those butterfly wings on the edges. I think that looks very, very fluffy. Okay, we're going to flip this over. I'm going to add some foam squares behind here. And all that fluffing that I did was kind of not necessarily necessary, because I ended up flattening them with my foam squares here. But we'll just remove the release paper and add these to our card base. You can see they kind of flattened a little bit, so we're going to fluff them up again. Which they're going to flat again in the envelope, but I like them fluffy for the pictures. We're going to add foam adhesive behind the black silhouette ones here and fill in any open areas. I had that one area from the yellow that fit perfectly, and then the other two I added one to the top of the black square and the bottom of the black square there. I'm going to add my sentiment that says lovely, just dotting it a little bit with some glue, and we're going to place that on our card base, and we'll go ahead and add some foam adhesive behind the other 2 butterflies and add those. Okay, after we have that, I'm going to just do a little adjusting and fluffing. Okay, I think that looks so pretty. I'm going to bring in some of the foam stickers that came in the kit. There's lots of itty bitty sentiments that would go perfect with the sentiment that says lovely. I'm going to use the XOXO. I think it'll fit right underneath the love beautifully. We'll just add our XOXO, and then I'm gonna need a little add a little sparkle. So I'm going to bring in some Nuvo White Blizzard. I haven't used it in a while, but I love the iridescent hue to this glitter, and I'm just adding a little bit of sparkle to those wings. And then that finishes my card today, my bonus card with the Spellbinders Card Kit of the month for May 2020. It's called All the Little Things, and I love these kits because they're fully loaded, guys. Please join us in the hop. I think you'll have some fun with all the inspiration from all the club kits. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.